you ready?
Yep. That was actually really good.
Hey everyone, James Reeves. I'm here at Q, one of my favorite companies in New England, and I'm with Drew, one of my favorite engineers, or I should say lead pretengineer.
Right?
Senior lead pretengineer. He actually didn't even go to high school, but he's got a job at Q. We've got some things that haven't been released yet, and we have some things that have been released. Let's start with what is out on the market today.
So what is out right now is the 5.56 Honey Badger with an updated recoil system and a two-piece bolt carrier group. So we revamped the whole recoil system to work around 5.56. We put many thousands of rounds on this bad boy, and it is rock solid. So that comes with the 9.69-inch barrel with the adjustable gas block and a two-piece flash hider.
Drew, some people would say that 10 inches a little short for a 5.56 barrel.
Yeah, all depends on what you want though, and we focused on the weight aspect. You know, the loss of ballistic performance versus weight is, it's not significant enough to justify making this system longer. The whole idea behind the Honey Badger was to shorten the recoil system and keep the package small as possible. So when we go to 5.56, we gotta do it our way.
Ultimately, we're looking at something with the same kind of concept as a Mark 18, but just smaller and lighter.
Yeah.
This is out now. How much does it cost, do you know? Liam!
Same as a regular Honey Badger, about 3,000 MSRP.
Same as the regular Honey Badger, I've just been informed. About $3,000. There we go. Good enough. Next. This is the only thing that's out. All this stuff we're looking at right now
got a lot of stuff coming down the pipeline here. Waiting on, product sourcing, vendor distribution, stuff like that. But it's all coming in. We actually just got our first shipment of Q-Sert handguards in. So Q-Sert AR-15 compatible handguard. We want to branch out past the fix and expand the Q-Sert line to, the broader market. So we're initially releasing with the 15-inch and the 6-inch, and then we will have all of the lengths in between coming soon. Next on the docket is going to be 9.3, and then we'll see from there what goes in our systems versus what we want to be available as accessories.
Why do I care about Q-Sert? I have M-Lock.
It is the most efficient use. There is nothing that is as strong and nearly as light. Like we take the full length handguard and the M-Lock version that only has Q-Sert back here where we pinch. It is, I think, 2 ounces heavier than our handguard.
This feels like 3-4 ounces. Does anybody know?
We have a scale probably somewhere.
Because it is lighter, even with the steel inserts, it's a lighter system. We're actually able to get our wall thickness thinner because there's a minimum requirement on wall thickness for the M-Lock due to it being potentially made out of polymer plastic. Whereas this, we're allowed to go much thinner walls, so we have 75 nominal, it's like 70 thousandths minimum thickness on this wall, which lets us take out all that weight out of the extrusion. So this weight with the hardware and barrel nut, everything involved is 11.3 ounces Q-Serts in the 15-inch configuration. So
what are we talking about maybe in terms of percentage if I've got a 15-inch M-Lock handguard made out of aluminum, 15-inch Q-Sert handguard, percentage-wise, how much weight am I saving?
Competitors were weighing right around 15 ounces, but this versus our old Honey Badger 15-inch M-Lock handguard, I would have to weigh it, but I think we're probably in the 20% weight reduction range at 11.3 ounces, which is definitely one of the lighter ones out there, and we are quite rigid. So we did deflection testing on this with a fixtured Picatinny setup holding on to the upper and putting a fixed load at a fixed distance on our handguard versus all the competitors, and Q is the stiffest.
Q is the stiffest, I will say that. When are these going to be out?
This year, Q3. Keep your eyes out. Coming down the works. But yeah, we just got the first shipment in, so it's installing Q-Serts, making sure that we have all of the accessory parts available, and then they're coming out. And they will be coming out with Q-Sert Accessories as well. So we have an aluminum line coming out and a plastic line as well. So some various hand stops, barricade stops,
all the stuff that you would need.
vertical grips.
Right.
Yeah, so I'm trying to promote the line. And then we have some other companies as well also coming out with some products for us. We got a good relationship with Reptilia. I know they got some stuff in the works, and then we're working with others as well. Simple install. We tried to keep it, like the fix. It's barrel nut goes on. You got a drive screw. You got a pinch screw. There's an insert that we call the zip drive in there that drops right in. So 3 pieces, 4 on the long ones. There's another wedge component in there that actually takes up your clearance in the barrel fitment. Bore in the handguard itself, so forcing that into contact helped with rigidity a lot. So we added that feature in the longer ones because that's where the leverage actually matters, right? You're applying load out here on a bipod versus at 6
Right.
inches, you're getting a lot more deflection.
Right,
So
sure.
It doesn't, and on the short one, it was not required. This is not being loaded nearly as significantly
course,
as
right.
something double the length.
Right.
And we were able to get 2 Q-Sert slots for more modularity in this in the bottom with a shorter barrel nut. So that's the main difference between the 6-inch and all the longer version.
I love modularity, hate goddamn deflection. I know we all do.
Yeah.
I know you're going to kill me over this. How much are these going to cost? Liam!
Yeah, what you got, huh?
I would assume it's probably going to be very close to our other handguards.
Yeah, I would say similar to handguards or competitors on the market, but that is...
And you know what? And frankly, I don't care, and neither do they, because, I mean, of course, everybody would love to know how much it costs, but you guys are giving us this sneak preview. What else we got? Let's keep moving.
We also have Southpaw coming out as well. This is a prototype can. So we've done all of our testing now. Again, it's the same thing, supply chain, part sourcing that we're working on and working out our manufacturing side as well.
Drew, suppressor market, overcrowded right now, in my opinion. What makes this different? Why do I care about this?
So what we wanted to do, we're always focused on, sound and weight, I would say, as Q. It's 2 of the staples that we try to stick to, right? We try to be quiet and lightweight. So the other thing in this is that we wanted to make it affordable, right? We don't want to be at like RC3 prices,
Right, sure.
which it's a good can, but
it's $1,800.
right.
Yeah.
So how do we give great quality in a product as far as sound performance, weight reduction, sound reduction, weight reduction at a reasonable cost. So that was the real battle there, was doing that with the steel stamped baffle that we have in the pork chop to get it light, and then only adding the other components where we need for durability. So we have a Inconel 718 core and end cap, and then the rest of the parts are steel. And what it is, it's quiet as an M4 2000. It is the quietest thing we've tested, the M4, and then that was our baseline for all of our testing through all of our iterative testing. So we always are doing a reference. Because even testing a silencer 2 different days, same day, 5 hours apart, the sun heats up, all of a sudden all your metrics change and your weather changes. I've had the same can register at 10 a.m. and 1 p.m. 4 dB average difference for a 5-shot string on the same day. So you always have to have a reference. So we're always referencing against the M4 2000 and we're on par with it. The goal was under 13.5 ounces and 6.2 inches maximum length. And right now we're at 6.2 inches at 13.25 ounces.
Okay, and it's not going to look like this whenever it may be close, but this is a prototype.
This is a prototype. These 718 parts in this particular can are DMLS. And we're exploring, we explored all routes for manufacturing 718 to see what would give us the best performance versus cost.
Sure.
How can we make it more affordable without sacrificing performance? Durability was a focus for us. That added some cost. And then there is potential to come out with a steel, cheaper version. Just know that, it will degrade if you're doing any serious volume shooting.
Right. But this, no barrel length restrictions, full auto.
Yeah.
Okay. Mounting options.
You can mount it on our cherry bomb system. It's a great time to
talk about
the rear end. So you asked, we finally listened.
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe my eyes.
So this is
got flats.
So if you're using a tapered muzzle, tapered muzzle on your barrel. There is no wrench flat. Those cherry bombs still have the taper feature, but any square shoulder cherry bombs we're releasing now, we're coming out with our rear end lined. That all has the hex features on the back, so keep your eyes peeled for that, as well as the two-piece mount. These are unheat treated and uncoated prototypes, but it will look as it does on this 5.56 raw 17.4 heat treated rear, and then the nitrided front piece for the two-piece.
What does this get me? Why do I want a two-piece?
So the reason we did two-piece is because we wanted to have an option for a flash suppressor. To be this short and fit in the current cherry bomb package, to be reverse compatible with our devices, it had to be short. The shorter you go, the harder it is to make a flash hider. The whole point of the flash hider is a slow release of pressure to lower your pressure differential and therefore mitigate combustion. That all happens at uncorking at the muzzle. So the reason it's two-piece is so that your tapered features for your alignment of your silencers on your device are still concentric to bore. We've talked about it 1,000 times. We love tapers. We wanted to make sure that stayed taper. But the important thing for flash suppression is this piece's relationship to the muzzle. So the only way that we could get you seated on the taper for the QD aspect of it, but have actual good flash suppression, is to have this index on the muzzle. So that's why it's two-piece. They both go on the muzzle thread, but this one indexes off of your muzzle face. Because if you don't, you either have to blow out that hole and then you're increasing that orifice instantly. You're jumping from your 223 bore out to your thread size, and that is a big gap. Or you do have a shelf in there, but you have a gap because you're stopping on here. And what that's doing is creating essentially a little baffle, and that's disrupting airflow, and that's bad for flash as well.
I don't want to blow out my whole orifice, I'll tell you that much.
Minifix in 6 ARC. This is coming down the line now. We did plenty of testing on this as well. 6 ARC.
Okay, and what is 6 ARC? I don't even know. Like, dude, swear to God, I work in the gun business. I have no clue what 6 ARC is. Why do I care?
That's a wonderful question.
You don't know either. Yeah, I know. Why?
The people wanted it. You get 6mm capability in a short throw package that fits in our Mini 6 profile. People wanted it, we delivered. And we have a video out. Kevin talks all about it, the whys, the do's and don'ts, calling himself a hypocrite.
The reality is why 6 ARC sucks. I also like 6 ARC, hence me being a hypocrite. So we'll get into it.
Wow.
It's all on it's all on our YQ.
It's always good to see Kevin maturing as a man and whatever. Drew, thank you so much for giving us the rundown, guys.
Absolutely.
Thank you for tuning in. And again, we know this is all prototype shit except for the 5.56 Honey Badger. All of this stuff is still in development. Hopefully it'll all be out by the end of the year, right?
Yeah.
And it'll cost about the same as all the other stuff that you guys make in the same kind of general field.
Competitively priced.
Competitively priced. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, all that shit. Take care. Oh, wait. Got these bad boys right here. Please don't get too tight on my disgusting feet.
Piggy's out.
Yeah, so Q flip-flops. These are coming out.
Slip slops.
Yeah, the slip slops, is that what they're being called?
Yeah.
Yeah, what makes these special?
So those are manufactured in Africa. We have a video out on that as well, the manufacturing. They are just solid. They wear in very well. They'll eventually form to your feet. And the nice part is these straps are always questionable when you buy flip-flops.
Oh yeah, you'll blow them out.
This straight up comes 6 inches back down here. Like it's all well contained, but it's a very well built sandal.
To me, as a flip-flop connoisseur, I am a Florida man. I was born with little flip-flops. Came out of the womb, my mom's womb, with little baby flip-flops on. These are rainbows. Like they're very similar to, and I mean that in the most complimentary way. Like if you're familiar with rainbow flip-flops, which are like indestructible leather flip-flops, that's what these seem like to me. But look, if I'm gonna choose between supporting them or supporting you guys, I'm gonna wear my slip-slops.
Yeah, they're super comfy, right in time for summer.
And they look great. Thanks as usual for watching. Really appreciate you. Thank you to Q. Thank you, Drew. One more time. There's the hand. God damn. Thank you, Drew, for showing us everything, guys. Thank you for watching. Bye.